there were 8 of them, which is quite a large number, who had no interest whatsoever in science journalism. And only one who says, I will think about hiring another science editor. Okay, so this is the type of, if you will, newsroom research in a very elementary form that I'm trying to add to this project, and it helps us understand the situation these journalists are in. They are facing quite a number of problems. I'm not showing them to you, but maybe I should just state them. It's a big issue to take a taxi to go for an interview. It's not, you cannot, as an African journalist, you don't always have the means to take 2 or 3 taxis to meet people. And you go there, the scientists treat you badly. They don't care for journalists. They think journalists know nothing. They don't give you an interview. Especially the government bodies don't care. And then you have, journalism is more financed like a hobby. You cannot very few journalists can make a living of journalism, whether they have a full job or not, full-time job. We have a few now who have, through the Scoop project, had the opportunity to freelance out internationally also, to work for international media, and they suddenly earn enough money to make a living. But most journalists cannot live of journalism. So they take bribes, the brown envelope. They go to press conference of ministers, and then they get some money to cover for it. So basically, the politicians pay for the coverage, and then it works. But then you end up with this boring, news you don't want to listen to on the radio, television, and the newspapers. Okay, I'm back to my little theoretical graphic here. I'll add one thing. The political environment is important, as I said. Now, what happens if we improve the content quality? Now, this is our big hope. We cannot prove this yet. We hope that there'll be a media echo. So if Esther, tells this guy is killing people by not acting, other newspapers have to pick it up. Hopefully, the audience will be attending it. Maybe some political leaders who read the East African newspapers will be forced to do something about it. We have these anecdotes that I told you with Esther, with Theodore, with Nehal, but we only have it because they told us what they did. We don't know if it's really happened. So now again, we need some more science, and now this becomes real communication science. So far, I've only been talking about journalism studies. How do you understand these processes? We don't know yet. We will need your advice, and I'm happy to discuss this. Jean-Marc will be most happy for any contribution you can make to help us understand these processes. So what we think we will do, we will have to understand the relationship between the real world, which are these cars here, and the newsrooms and our reporting teams. So we'll put these journalists together, have them themselves decide on which topics they want to dig into, and then publish after some thorough research. And we want to understand, as I said, the working environment, the newsroom research I've tried to introduce, the media landscape. We want to also understand the interactions with the scientists and the policymakers, and then we want to see what effects do these targeted reporting activities have. What I was quite shocked, I always thought, highly of communication scientists because they do so many things, and they study campaigns, and they study how certain issues come up on the agendas, agenda setting, agenda building. You know more than I do about this. But there's very, very few literature on the effects of single reporting. Nobody has studied, well, almost nobody. We know some few literature, basically one author and his team, who have actually tried to understand these processes. What can one single investigative report cause as a change? So we will have to do it ourselves now. We don't know exactly yet how we're going to do. We have this one idea, as I said, there's somebody who's done it already. The idea would be to collect pre-intervention data. That means we have to be very close to these reporters, talk to them before they publish, and see who they talk to, who they interview, maybe interview us as evaluators or scientists ourselves, these people, maybe not only on retroviral medicaments, but maybe on 10 health issues. And one of them is the one we want to understand. And we interview these people on 10 different subjects. And after the intervention comes, after the publications come out and there's a media echo, we go in again and ask the same questions to the same people. And then we see if something has changed, and maybe we have a chance to understand these processes. Okay, so I've put my little theory of change here, which is not a theory yet. It can become one if we really understand parts of it, hopefully. That's my talk, so you can let me know if you think this is realistic, or if I should be adding more arrows, and or if I should add other boxes. Let me know what you think. Thank you.